Alright, so here we are in the main menu, the Hut Hub, and you'll see Hut Rush is a small little tile up here to the left, sort of left middle. It's called Hut Rush 5v5. Click here to play. Now, before we get into that, let me just draw your attention to a few things in the objectives right below that. So you can see some of the daily objectives might include Hut Rush. For example, today's daily objective is to complete one game in Hut Rush and you get 1,000 coins. In addition, if you right bumper over to the milestones, you'll see there's also an objective for Hut Rush games over the course of the game. So the more games you play in this mode, the more you unlock. And I'll be honest, these are not the greatest rewards in the game. But when you're starting out, I do honestly feel like it's a pretty decent spot to go because you'll be able to not only play your Hut Rush games and unlock some of these objectives, but you're also going to learn a little bit about some of the gameplay mechanics. So let's get into it. We're going to go to Hut Rush 5v5, and we're going to click on that, and it's going to take us into the Hut Rush portion of the game. So if you look up top, you can see that we're scrolling between a couple of the different things. So Nations of Hockey Rush Week 2, the Winter Classic Hut Rush, and the rewards. So let's just take a quick peek at the rewards, and then we'll get into the game mode. So you can use your right stick to scroll to the right to see what the different rewards are at the different tiers. So you can see that it's based on points. At 10,000 points, we'll unlock Tier 1, which gives us 1 gold player. At Tier 2, 25,000 points. Once we've earned 25,000 points, we'll get a mini pack, which is untradeable. I should mention, for those of you who are totally new, untradeable means simply that. You can't trade them. You can't put them in the auction house to buy or sell them. You're pretty much stuck holding on to them, or you can exchange them as part of sets, which we'll get into later. And you can see as you scroll through that the rewards do get better as they go along. Now again, these are not the greatest rewards in the game, but they do give you a pretty good volume of cards, especially when you're building your team. So, for players that are new, who can't really compete in rivals, who can't really get like a lot of points or get near diamond or platinum or, obviously ultimate would probably be out of your range, you're going to get some pretty good cards out of Hut Rush. Most content creators and most people in the community kind of poo-poo Hut Rush, and rightfully so. Those players are stronger, they're better, they can attain the higher level rewards because they're stronger at the game. They're just better. You're new, or you're relatively new, and you just want to build a team and have some fun. So I think Hut Rush is actually a pretty good way to do it. So you can see in Winter Classic Hut Rush, you've got some the setup. So they're going to draft a team, you're going to play arcade style, it's 3 players in a single line, so it's 3. So it's 3v3. And then we have the objectives. And now you can see if you're adding up the objectives, so that's 400,000 points just there in the objective. So if you can complete these objectives, you're almost already halfway to your rewards max of 1 million. Now you might also notice that these objectives have different things that you have to do. Make stick lift checks, for example. Well, you might not know how to do that. So you're going to have to go look it up. And then by looking it up, you're going to learn how to do it. So that's why I also think this is a pretty decent game mode for newbies, because it really kind of gives you a little bit of an introduction into some of the different aspects of the game which aren't regular gameplay. So win face-offs, that's probably going to be a tough one because in 3s there's usually not face-offs, so you might have to play 15 games to make that happen. Make hits, pretty easy. Perform windmill dekes, take snapshots. All right, all those things are pretty easy to accomplish. So let's go ahead and draft our lineup for this, and we'll play a few games, and I'll kind of show you how this works. So here you'll have the draft, and it'll give you a series of cards you get to pick from. Go with who you like. If you have a favorite player in here, like if you're a big Jonathan Marchessault fan, take him. Everything else being equal, if you don't have a favorite player, then probably take the highest overall. We'll go with Eichel again. I'll take the stronger overall. We'll go Vince Dunn. And for our goalie, here's a tip for goalies: take the tallest one. You know what? I'm gonna go Logan Thompson. So once you've done that, all right, then you go down to play CPU. So you're going to click play CPU, and I strongly recommend just playing this on rookie because you're going to accomplish the objectives faster. It's going to be a little bit more forgiving, and especially if you're new to the game, yes, you want to challenge and push yourself. It's how you'll get better. But for now, we can take it easy and kick back a little bit and just enjoy a game mode. We'll play through a game, and I'll just show you a little bit the basics of how this unlocks and how this works. So you're just going to X your way through all this nonsense. Be sure that you're winning the face-offs. Which is another reason why I took Jack Eichel, because he's probably got the stronger face-offs, being a 90 overall. You don't want to lose one of these and kind of waste the game, so I'll probably lose it right here. No. Alright. So, windmill deeks. Left bump, L1, I don't know what people call it. I always call it the bumper. So if you're watching my channel and you're going to be around for a while, left bump just means L1, the left bumper button. You just tap L1 at the same time that you flick the right stick, left or right. In NHL, the right stick controls the player's stick, the left stick controls their skates. So just a quick little tap to the left, LB, left bump, and then to the right of the left, and that'll get you that windmill deke. You do that 25 times. Some of the other ones were snapshots. That's just going to be taking a shot. You can see in the upper left underneath the points, it says snapshot. So there you go. That's how you know you took it. And we're just going to kind of rip some snapshots off. And again, not too exciting. It gets you some points, which will unlock you some cards, and that's never a bad thing. So that's essentially the premise. You know, just a couple windmill dekes here and there, snapshot there. So in the middle of the game, what you can do is you can press the start menu or whatever, the 3 lines, or I don't even know what the stupid buttons are called, but just do the button that usually brings up a menu, and then you can see the objectives, so you can see where you're at. So 4 snapshots are ready, 2 windmill dekes are ready. So players coming at you, you're going to press the X button, X on PlayStation, A on Xbox, and that does the stick lift animation. So there you go, there's the stick lift. So as they come near you, just kind of pop up the stick. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can see already the progress we're making. Stick lift checks 4, 1 face-off win, 16 hits. I forgot to mention earlier when I was talking about the hitting that actually, if you can, because it's arcade mode, you can just kind of crush people even if they don't have the pucks. You can just kind of keep hitting people. Let's start the second period and see where we're at. Again, really important to win that face-off. I like to do backhand. Just feel like backhand down. It's usually a little bit more automatic. A little windmill deke in there. Snapshot. A windmill deke. A little snapshot. Top shelf. We got some score goals with any player in Hut Rush. It looks to be a weekly objective there. And there we go. So we got 15,900 points just for completing the game. Didn't get any bonus objectives unlocked there, so we're already, 15,000 points into our million. But like I said, once you start completing those objectives, they come pretty fast. So I'm going to play through a couple more, finish those off, and again, I'll touch base with you in a second. All right, so I'm going to start a clock and just kind of keep track of how long it takes me to complete this particular game's objectives. So I'll let you know how long it took, and then you can kind of judge for yourself whether or not you think it was worth the time. All right, so we've finished now all the objectives, and you can see that as a result of all the games we played, we're going to have well over 500,000 points. So instead of going to the next game, we're just going to exit to Hub, which doesn't bring you to the Hut Hub. It brings you back to the Hut Rush Hub. And rewards, you can see on the top, have been sent to my inbox. So if we want to click over and see what we've got, it's all going to be highlighted and colorized, not faded. So we got 10 Hut Rush collectibles, 3 gold players, a premium pack, an event collectible, 2 gold players, a base pack, 1 gold player, 3 Hut collectibles. You can see we got a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 gold players plus 13 Hut Rush collectibles. I'll show you what those do in a second. And then some Nations of Hockey cards and some various packs. So let's go see exactly what we got out of that. So we're going to hit B to back out and go to Hockey Ultimate Team. And this will take us to the Hut Hub, not the Hut Rush Hub. So you can see, look, I mean, we had 0 packs before we started playing. Now we have 14. You can see we had 850 coins before we started, right? So 850 coins before we started that, and no packs. Now we have some objectives to get. So our daily objective, there's 1,000 coins. So there's 1,000 coins in, I forgot to tell you, that took about 33 minutes to do that. So here's another 1,250, so now we're up to 2,250 coins. Right, Hut Rush games, there's another 2 gold players. And win the game in Hut Rush is 500 coins. So 2,750 in coins, which is awesome. And on top of that, we've got lots of cards to open. So first thing I'm going to do is go into the Hut Rush collectibles and show you how we use those. So in the beginning of the game, they had these weird bubble balloon letters and numbers thing, and they were trying to do something. I don't know what they were trying to do. Nobody knows what they were trying to do. I don't think they knew what they were trying to do, but it was really bad. In the December patch, they changed the card art to look like this. So you see these Hut Rush collectibles. So it makes a lot more sense now than it did before. So you're going to click those, set them to your collection. We'll go to the other, which has 10 in it. We'll open that now. Quick tip when you're doing these, you can hit X or square on PlayStation, and you can reveal all, and then just press the left stick down and send them all to your collection. So 13 total Hut Rush collectibles we've collected there. So here's how we do some trade-ins for sets. We're going to go to the Exchange tab, LB over to Exchange, or RB, either one, depending on where you're at. You go into Sets. Now for the collectibles, the mode collectibles, you're going to go to Hut Mode. So you're going to go to the Game Mode set. It's this aqua blue looking tile. So click on that, and you'll see you have the different types of game modes. Live moments, that's something we'll get into in a different video. Hut Rush, which we just did. Squad battles, rivals, and then you've got this diamond collectible set. So let's take a look at Hut Rush and see what we can get with our 13 collectibles. This is always a little bit of a tough one. I'm not quite sure what the best way to go is. Because I'm not going to play this account all that much, I'm probably just going to take some instant packs. Since I have 13 collectibles, I can get 2 premium packs. They're not the greatest packs in the world, but again, just starting out. What I've been doing on my PlayStation account, however, is I've been getting these diamond collectibles. Let me quickly show you why I'm doing that. If you go back out to the diamond collectibles, once you get 8 diamond collectibles, you can get a guaranteed 185 plus overall. To me, the cards you're going to get out of the Hut Rush collectibles in the premium pack or the players pack, whatever it's called, they're not really going to be that good. So I think there's better value in trading in your 8 at a time times 8, so 64 Hut Rush collectibles, which will take you a few weeks to get a guaranteed 185 overall. Now, you could do a mini ultimate pack, wouldn't recommend that, and a guaranteed 182 plus overall pack. At this stage of the game, not really much value there. So if you're going to do it, know that you're in it for the long haul, that you're going to want to try to get those 8 diamond collectibles. I'm trying to build a collection. I'm trying to get some cards to trade in. I don't know what I'll get, but, again, probably not the best suggestion if you're going to be playing every week and you're going to make this a regular thing. I would probably save up those diamond collectibles. But for now, in the way I'm going to play this account, I think this is perfectly fine. So I can get 2 premium packs. So when you're in this screen, you can autofill. So this comes in handy because, especially when they're collectibles, you can just autofill the collection. You got to be a little careful when they're cards. And when we go through some of the team builder sets, I'll show you why that matters. But for the collectibles, it doesn't really matter. So you go to complete set. And then I got that 1 extra hanging out there. There might be another reward later on in the tier that gives me some more. We'll see. But again, for now, like I said, we started out with 850 coins before we played any Hut Rush at all. We spent 33 minutes roughly playing Hut Rush. We're up to 3,600 coins. And we had no packs to begin. We'll just open these one at a time. There's not going to be much of anything in here, but gold cards are basically in-game money. It is the currency, so you want gold cards. Gold cards are what you're going to trade in for everything else. Jerseys are good too. They give you, oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. I have a mini pack. This is a mini pack. I just got a power-up collectible. It's about 25,000 coins worth of value right there. That's amazing. I'm super pumped about that. That'll give us a chance to upgrade our X Factor, which will hopefully be somebody other than Travis Konechny soon. But we'll keep opening. Great. Gold card. Perfect. Perfect. All right, we're going to get an 84 from the Nations of Hockey event, which is going to help us not only with... Oh, he's a goalie. That's all right. We got a backup goalie and a starting goalie. We can take Juice out of the lineup for a little bit and get those objectives completed with our Nations of Hockey cards. Get our 2 XP collectibles. Again, same thing. You can left-click the stick in, so L3 is what the kids call it. And that'll select all the cards. Let's see if we get anybody good here. Good. Another gold. Obviously, they're all gold. I don't know why I'm getting excited about the gold. They're literally a 1 gold player pack. So here you got a base pack, which is 10 items, 3 players, at least 1 gold or better player. So we know we're going to get 1 gold player. Hopefully we get some jerseys, some things like that, so we can trade those in. Niagara Ice Dogs. There's our gold player. A couple silvers here. Probably a nice run of silvers. Boom. Silver, silver. What do we get there? 1,000 coins. So again, another 1,000 coins. That's awesome. We're going to be able to upgrade our first X Factor, who's not Travis Konecny. We're going to forget we got him. We're going to block that out of our memories. And just keep kind of ripping through some of these packs. 80 Velarde, all right. Might play, we'll see. Kind of where the roster's at right now, but all right, so that's an icon card. Don't confuse this with a power-up icon card. This is just a base icon. So if you notice the difference, if I click onto my base icon card, you'll see where it says base icon. There's no ability to upgrade it. You can't purchase any upgrades for this. So it is what it is. It'll always be what it is. For now, we're just going to kind of keep ripping through some of these packs. So 10, 4 players, 2 gold. Another thing you can do, it's not, I mean, if you have fun, you like game, you like to see, oh, what card am I getting up next? You know, you can kind of scroll through one at a time. If not, on Xbox, you can press X. On PlayStation, you can press square. It'll reveal all the cards. So you just don't have to look at them all. Now, if you see in the upper left corner, there's a bunch of little dots. They're all blue dots. That means that they're not really good cards. If those dots change to red, you've got typically an 80 to an 84, 85 overall. I think maybe even there's an 86, a couple of base 86s maybe. Not quite sure on that, don't quote me. And then if you get a purple, that means you've got a very good pull. That's going to be a good card. A green dot would mean that you got a power-up icon, and a red dot would mean that you got an X Factor pull. So if you wanted to quickly scan, you know, whatever. You kind of play the game. It's fun to rip open packs. I don't buy packs, so, you know, this is sort of as close as I get to gambling on the game. A couple 70s gold players, which is great. We're probably going to have enough almost to do our X Factor set at this point. So that's awesome. Again, this is 33 minutes worth of playing Hut Rush. And a lot of people will tell you Hut Rush isn't worth it. But in the beginning of the game, you know, for 33 minutes, if you played, now granted, again, I'm a little bit better at scoring goals. Nice 83, Alex Carpenter. Probably put her in my lineup, just because I'm a fan. Yeah, I think a lot of content creators or a lot of people in Twitch will say Hut Rush is pointless, but, you know, I know I can score the goals a little faster, so those games went a little bit quicker. Once you get the hang of it, though, you'll be scoring goals at a very good pace. An hour and a half on a Friday night to get through both sets of the Hut Rush, to get 1,000,000 points, to get these cards, to get these coins. I'm up to 4,600 already. Like, it can pay off. It can pay off. You can see in the upper left, too, now that the dot has turned red, which is the Alex Carpenter card. And then our final premium pack, 10 items, 4 players, 2 gold. This is what we got for the trade-ins of our Hut Rush collectibles. All right. Again, a lot of good stuff there to go with. So there you have it. I mean, if you think about overall, we added a ton of cards to the team, to the collection. We added about 4,000 coins to the collection, a couple new players in the lineup. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of cooking right along here. Plus, we're going to get an objectives for opening the sets, I believe. Yeah. So there you go, 500 coins for doing that. So now we're up over 5,000 coins, and we've really only played the game for half an hour or so, and got all those rewards from Hut Rush. So your mileage may vary, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. So thanks for coming by and checking out the channel again. Hope you learned something about Hut Rush today. Good mode to get yourself some cards for your collection to build yourself up. Definitely for the trade-ins. You're basically just earning in-game currency with those gold cards. And, you know, for an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of your time, you know, on a Friday night or a Saturday morning, it's a good way to start. It's a good way to kick things off. And it also teaches you a few of the different mechanics of the game, like stick lifts checks today, you know, the windmill deke. Anyway, thanks again for stopping by. It's been fun. And hopefully we'll see you again. Thanks. Take care.